It seems like the word minimalist is thrown around a lot lately. You hear it in conversation, you read in Instagram bios, and you might be wondering, what does minimalist actually mean? Well, there's not one single definition of modern minimalism, but traditionally, minimalism is synonymous with simplicity. It's synonymous with intentionality and with focus. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about my philosophy and how I personally live as a student minimalist. So if you're interested, make sure to stay tuned and watch until the end.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy Chris here with another episode of the Lifestyle Design Show, the #1 place for young adults to learn personal finance and lifestyle design. It's a beautiful night outside here in Florida. It's in its 60s, and I just feel like a big part of minimalism is taking a minute to enjoy the little things in life.
The reason that I embrace a life of minimalism is because I believe that college, we have the most time on our side for our positive actions to compound. I once heard the analogy that our time is like compound interest, and the small tasks that we devote even a little bit of our time to compounds, and over time will bring us a really nice reward. That metaphor really changed my perspective, and it's one of the main reasons why I choose to live as a student minimalist. Because I realize that everything we spend time on, every little thing that we do right now, every choice that we make impacts our life down the road. And that's why I believe these early years while we're in school, while we're in college, are so important for the rest of our life. You may be wondering, well, what actually is student minimalism? Well, student minimalism really comes down to living with intention. It's looking at everything that you have in your life and deciding if it holds value, or if it's just adding to the mental clutter in your brain. The other big part of being a student minimalist is being a financial minimalist. Financial minimalism is defined by living below your means, having a frugal lifestyle, saving as much as you can, and resisting impulse buys. Impulse buys are a really big one here that I know a lot of fellow students struggle with. So living with this mindset of financial minimalism and avoiding those impulse buys will actually change your life. I know it changed my life dramatically too. So what are some of the benefits of choosing a life of minimalism? Well, #1 benefit, in my opinion, you have more time to focus on the things that matter to you. This means that once all the extra clutter's out of your life, both mental clutter and physical clutter, and once you're able to determine what's actually important to your life, and then cut back on things that aren't, you'll have more time to focus on what is important in your life, your hobbies, your schoolwork, or even gently tapping that like button in a minimalist way if you haven't done so already. All those things that are important to you just become that much easier to manage without all the rest of that mental stress and clutter in your life. This segues nicely into the second benefit of choosing a minimalist lifestyle, and that is an overall happier mental state. By cutting down on all the things that are causing us mental clutter and adding to our stress, we're able to keep a much happier frame of mind. Not to mention that with our added free time, we're spending time on the things that we enjoy, which just works to fulfill us and make us even happier. Living a minimalist lifestyle adds to our overall sense of having a clear mind. The third benefit of living a minimalist lifestyle is actually one of my personal favorite benefits and one of my main motivations for continuing this lifestyle, and that is having more money in your savings and your emergency funds and overall invested in your future. When you're living a life of minimalism, that means that you're not keeping up with the Joneses. You're not trying to buy all the latest tech just so you can look cool in front of your friends. It means that you try not to buy new clothes every single week just for the sake of having something new. Overall, it's just being intentional with your purchases and making sure that whatever you buy, you really need. Because if you're buying useless things that you don't need anyways, they're just taking up space, they're taking up mental clutter, and they're a waste of money anyways. That's why I don't really like to splurge on things that don't really hold any sort of value or meaning. Every now and then I will go out to eat, or I'll buy something as a way to treat myself. Overall, by living a life of financial minimalism, you'll be able to take back control of your life, and you'll rid yourself of the mentality that you have to be surrounded by things in order to be happy. You'll break the cycle of keeping up with the Joneses, and you'll realize that it's not your possessions that make you awesome. Awesomeness, it comes from the inside. It really does. It comes by the values we live by and what we spend our time on, and not the things around us. The fourth major benefit of living a minimalist lifestyle, you have less clutter to worry about cleaning. Sometimes cleaning my room tends to fall last on my list of priorities. I don't know, being a student is weird. We have a lot of weird priorities sometimes. It probably should be higher on my list. But the great thing about living a minimalist lifestyle is if you have less stuff, it's gonna be significantly easier to keep your stuff clean. Not to mention if you see an item that's building up dust and you know you haven't used it in a long time, then just get rid of it. Help to clear your mind of some of that extra mental clutter. The fifth benefit of minimalism, it's easier to make and keep good habits. And this is because the environment that we shape around us actually helps to shape us. So if we keep a clean space with less clutter, organized, and we build the environment around us to help us make and keep these good habits. Because when we build the environment around us that's conducive to these habits and goals, it takes away pressure from us to have to make decisions all the time. And in turn, helps us nurture good habits. The things you could do to build an environment that's conducive to your goals. Let's just say when you make your bed in the morning, put a book on top of your pillow. Or if you want to begin practicing that instrument again, which for me was guitar, take it and put it somewhere right in the middle of the room that you'll be more likely to actually pick it up and practice it. All this is about creating good habits through creating a good environment. And all that starts with minimalism. As I said earlier, our time is like compound interest. It's our habits that are gonna help us shape our future for the better. If you're interested in learning some of the best habits that you can begin doing today as a student to reduce stress and avoid burnout, make sure to watch my video about that. It should pop up right there. The next major benefit that I've seen in my life from minimalism is you have more time for you. A lot of people that start to live a more minimalistic lifestyle find when they start to live with intention and only focusing on the things in life that really matter to them, they have so much more time. And time is powerful. So with your newly found spare time, use it wisely. Use it doing something that you enjoy. Find new hobbies. Cultivate new skills and talents. Some great examples of hobbies that you could pick up with your newly found free time is cooking. Cooking is an amazing skill to have. Going to the gym or some kind of physical activity. This is great for your health and a very awesome hobby to get into. Or even finding a book that you enjoy and becoming a reader. There's so much to learn from books, and becoming a reader has actually become one of my personal favorite hobbies. I don't like to read that much, so I listen to audiobooks on my commute, and that has honestly changed my life. So find some hobbies that you enjoy to fill up all that new free time you're gonna have by adopting this lifestyle of minimalism. And the last major benefit from living a more minimalistic lifestyle is you have the freedom to pick up and go. Knowing that if I wanted to, I could literally pick up and relocate anywhere in the world with a relative ease and convenience. This right here is one of my personal favorite thoughts and motivations to continue with this minimalist lifestyle. You might be wondering, how do I get started with this? Well, the number one thing that's most important is finding your why. It's getting in touch with the reason why you want to live this lifestyle in the first place. Because after all, in the world that we live in, we're bombarded with advertisements, social media, and friends advocating for this consumer lifestyle. That's why step one is to get your mindset in check and connect with your why. For me, my why, the reason I live this whole lifestyle, is that I want to one day be able to live a balanced and healthy life, filled with people that I care about, and full of unique and fun experiences. What are some of your whys? Let me know in the comments. You might be wondering, what are some of the more actionable steps that you could take to begin living a minimalist lifestyle? Well, I would say that one of the biggest ones is to live below your means. Be intentional with what you spend on. This doesn't mean that you can never treat yourself. But for me, what this means is not buying food every single day. I do my best to cook at home and pack my food so I can avoid that expense. I also try not to buy new clothes very often. And more often than not, I'll go secondhand shopping or thrifting. It's more economically friendly anyways, and significantly more fun. The next thing that you need to do if you want to be a minimalist is go through your stuff. You need to be ruthless, but realistic. It might hurt to get rid of some of your stuff, but the benefit is gonna far outweigh the cost. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, had some great advice about this. He said, receive without pride, and let go without attachment. The sun was shining through the window in my eyes, so had to close that. Anyways, once you've let go of a lot of the old junk and items, the next step is to find a spot for all of your essentials. Find a spot in your home for your everyday pair of shoes, for your toiletries, for your textbooks, or your camera equipment. By having an assigned spot for these items, you're gonna have a lot more mental clarity, and it's gonna stop you from buying more stuff you don't need and just accumulating more junk. And the most important tip for becoming a minimalist, remember that this lifestyle is not about perfection. It's more about just doing your best. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video and found value from it, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the little bell next to it so you can be notified every time I post a new video to help young adults like me navigate a healthy lifestyle while living on a budget. Also, make sure to check out my blog, lifestyledesigndaily.com. I just posted an article all about minimalism. So if you're interested in learning more about this subject, make sure to go ahead and check out that post. Link in the description. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram because I'm active on there pretty much every day. So if you want to become friends and get to know me a little better, make sure to go ahead and follow me so you can be a part of it over there too. Once again, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And until next time. And until next time. And until next time. And until next time. Until next time. Yeah.